Welcome back, everybody, to the KC Sports Report. I'm your host, Michael Darcy, and today I have the pleasure to be joined by my guy, Kyle Collier. He is the producer of the program on Sports Radio 810 WHB, and in today's video, we are going to talk about one player that has received a lot of hype from the Chiefs Kingdom. So, Kyle, every single offseason, the Chiefs Kingdom falls in love with one guy. And it seems like this offseason, they have fallen in love with UDFA tight end from Clemson, Jake Briningstool. And this is a guy that, 6'6", 240, apparently is going to have some role in the Chiefs offense according to many Chiefs channels, many Chiefs Twitter accounts. But I'm not so sure if that's the case. I want to get your early thoughts on Jake Briningstool. What do you think about him as a player?
Jake Briningstool, I get it. It's exciting, but you know what this screams to me is just the Carson Steele, Justin Ross, or insert training camp darling here. Fine, you can be excited about the athletic traits. He obviously has a pedigree playing at Clemson, but I mean he was undrafted for a reason. I really don't see Andy Reid putting a rookie tight end in any sort of major role. And I haven't even discussed, will he make the team or not? I doubt it. Travis Kelce, they paid Noah Gray last year, and they selected Jared Wiley in the third round last year. Now Jared Wiley's season was knocked out due to injury, but I think he's the more exciting prospect there in the tight end room. This case, it just screams more training camp wishes to me. More dream, more fantasy than reality.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. And that's why it's so hard for me to kind of get on board with prospects in June, because we still have to get through training camp. We got to see where he is getting the reps. And outside of the three guys that you mentioned, the Chiefs also signed Robert Tonyan to the practice squad last offseason.
Right.
And so he's had basically a year to get integrated into this offense, and I don't think that Robert Tonyan is making the team. And so if he doesn't make the team, why would Jake Briningstool make the squad? So I think that it's understandable why a kid like this would get a lot of hype, but the Chiefs aren't going to take more than 3 tight ends, and if they do, everyone else, like you mentioned, kind of has their role carved out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right, and it's especially here in Kansas City. Andy Reid just he does not trust. I don't know if that's the right word, but he's just not giving much playing time to anybody. Now this kid can make the practice squad. Sure, we'll see about that. But in June, a guy who has not been here very long, I don't see it. And there are more experienced veterans who have produced waiting in line ahead of him. His only path to making the team, in my eyes, is a significant injury happens to one or more tight ends on the roster.
And even then, they might go with another wide receiver or a running back or something along those lines. Because again, it is super tough to make the case for a rookie UDFA tight end to make the team. Like, we all love Jody Fortson. He was someone that kind of followed this track, but it took him multiple years on the practice squad until he finally broke through. And even then, Jody Fortson was never great as a Chief. It seemed like every catch that he had was a touchdown, but he was never someone that was a producer in this offense. And so for all the people saying that he is not only going to make the team, but he is going to make an impact on this team, I mean, it's just way too premature to say that. And I feel like we need to at least get to training camp before this hype starts. It's gone just way too far. But before we go any further, guys, I want to give a huge shout out to the sponsor of this video. This video is sponsored by my friends over at DM Injury Law. Injured in an accident, you could be entitled to significant compensation, but you gotta act fast. DM Law, Kansas City and Missouri's top injury firm, has experienced personal injury attorneys that you can rely on. DM Law is a full-service personal injury practice supported by a large team of investigators, case managers, medical records specialists, and more. With over $600 million recovered for thousands of clients, they're not afraid to take your case all the way to trial. And best of all, DM Law operates on a contingency fee basis meaning that you don't pay unless they win your case. And they also provide free consultations. So if you've been injured, don't wait. You can contact DM Law today for a free consultation and learn how they can help you get the compensation you deserve. Let them handle the fight while you focus on healing. Hurt in a car wreck? Call Mike. Remember, Mike's got this. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisement. Thank you to DM Injury Law for sponsoring this video. Special thanks to the sponsors that support this channel all off-season long. Now, Kyle, getting back into the main portion of this video, I want to ask you the question, do you think that Noah Gray is going to take a bigger role in 2025 and Travis Kelce is going to play more of a backup role?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that was evident last year. Travis Kelce's age, it's not going to get younger, right? Not saying that Travis Kelce is going to be worse than last year. I actually have hoped that Travis Kelce will be better last year. And it doesn't all have to do with him. Yeah, he has said that he's in better shape. He's lost a little bit of weight. Should be quicker, should be a little bit leaner. So that's good news. But it's everything around Travis Kelce last year that kind of caused us to feel like maybe his talent had diminished a bit. The Rashee Rice injury, the Hollywood Brown injury, it forced a aging player to take a bigger role. Now, luckily for Kelce, Noah Gray was also ready to kind of make that next leap. Now, Noah Gray himself, I don't see him as a tight end one. Definitely he can be serviceable in a pinch, but he is in the perfect role. I don't think anybody on that roster fits their role better than Noah Gray fits his, because he can come in, honestly, and we've seen Andy Reid line him up at fullback to be a lead blocker, and obviously he spells at tight end or in double tight end sets. Noah Gray, go in there. The defense is going to focus on Kelce. When Rice is on the field, Rice. When Worthy's on the field, Worthy. Noah Gray is the guy who can just kind of sneak behind enemy lines unnoticed, and I think he can get even better this year, provided that one, Rashee Rice is healthy, two, Hollywood Brown is somewhat healthy, and three, Worthy continues to develop. All those weapons on the field, I think, will allow a guy like Noah Gray to just be even better.
Well, the Noah Gray track just shows you how reluctant Andy Reid is to really cut the offense loose for a rookie. It took Noah Gray multiple years backing up Travis Kelce before he even really emerged at all. And to gain that trust from Patrick Mahomes and to kind of make the case against Jake Briningstool, he's not going to have that opportunity to develop behind Travis Kelce because there's already a logjam. You drafted Wiley last year. They're incredibly high on him. And so it just doesn't make sense, to make the case that he's going to make the team over one of those guys and, just wait and rest when all those guys have been on the team longer and have more investment into them. Like, you just re-signed Noah Gray. You drafted Wiley in the third. The Chiefs have nothing invested in Briningstool, and I think that's probably why he's going to be a practice squad player.
Yeah. And I mean, just if you just read up about Briningstool, poor measurables. He's got great size at over 6'5", but the guy was not drafted because he's not a great athlete. And Brett Veach loves drafting great athletes. Now, what he can do, I probably be a pretty darn good red zone target. And he played a little bit in the slot at Clemson. So I do see where fans are excited about this kid. He can be kind of a gadget tight end. I don't think I've ever used that term before, to be honest with you, but he'll be a red zone fade type guy. And that's also a play we rarely see the Chiefs run.
And guess what? We don't need that.
Right.
Who's pounding the table for that? Not
exactly.
Me.
And one of the major complaints with the Chiefs offense every year is that they get too cute during right up at the goal line.
Yeah.
It's like just hand it off to Pacheco, hand it off to Kareem Hunt. Stop doing gadget plays. Stop throwing fades. People want to see less of that. Maybe he can be versatile, but he's not very fast. He's not a particularly great route runner. And he wasn't drafted even at the 6'5" frame. He wasn't drafted. So we'll see if I'm proven wrong. I'll happily accept that because that'll be good for the Chiefs offense, right? But He is a long road to making the team, and I can absolutely see practice squad in his future. That'll be great. And if somebody gets injured, he can help out in a pinch. Um, but it's year one for UDFA. Let's pump the brakes.
I was going to say, we'll monitor the situation very closely. We'll watch the training camp battles take place. I'm not super optimistic that Jake Briningstool is going to make this roster, and that's okay. He's a UDFA. He'll be a great story, somebody that the Chiefs Kingdom just falls in love with. But come late July, early August, he's not going to be on this team. Now, but he's going to make one catch in the preseason, and people are going to lose their mind. But I don't think he's going to make this team, and I think that we're both in agreement on that. So,
Yeah.
Kyle, my final question for you is, where can the people find your stuff?
Follow me on Twitter or the X at Kyle Collier _810. And then listen to me Monday through Friday, 2 to 6 on Sports Radio 810. I produce the program with Seren Petro.
And guys, all that stuff will be linked in the description of this video. Hit that like button, subscribe for more Daily Chiefs content. And until next time, guys, thank you for watching. And as always, go Chiefs.